Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos first met and fell in love with their beloved rescue dog, Chewy, on their long-running ABC talk show, and now, the couple are mourning his death with viewers. On Wednesday, February 5th, a teary Ripa shared that a vet had come to her family's New York City home to put the 17-year-old Shih Tzu to sleep. "We had to say goodbye to Chewy yesterday," Consuelos, 53, said of the rough farewell. Chewy had stopped eating for a couple of days and had been eating less and less for the past few weeks. "She was extremely dehydrated and had some neurological stuff going down," he explained. "And you think, okay, I'm doing the right thing, this is going to be not easy. But it's probably one of the toughest things we've had to do as a married couple." Consuelos noted that pet owners at home can understand the sadness he, Ripa, 54, and their family faced. "It takes a pet owner to understand this kind of loss. It's grief. It really is grief," he said. "But knowing that we did the right thing because it was just going to be really, really, really bad over the next few days for her." He added, "If it wasn't for this show, we wouldn't know Chewy. She grew up with our kids." A teary Ripa said she was sorry to the show's audience after Consuelos tried to reassure that he would do the heavy lifting and talk about the dog's death since she was taking it hard. Ripa explained, "I thought I got it all out, guys. I really thought I got it all out, and I apologize because this is not how I wanted this to go down." Calling Chewy the family's steadfast companion, the talk show host recalled how the pet was there for many milestones, including when each of her and Consuelo's children, daughter Lola, 23, and sons Michael, 27, and Joaquin, 21, left for college and moved out to be on their own. Ripa also explained that before Chewy was put down, she and her family had not had tremendous loss like this in their lives. "We still have all of our parents. We're so fortunate," she said. "I feel very bad crying in front of you when people have. There are much bigger problems in the world, and I understand that," she noted, adding, "But you have to understand that this dog was so special, and she was such a great girl." Ripa ended the emotional conversation with a touch of levity. "She never let us kiss her face. She was very precious about her face. She was not that dog," she said. "And after she passed away last night, I kissed her 1,000 times on her face. I kissed her nose. I'd never kissed her nose before. I know that she was like somewhere in dog heaven, pissed off," Ripa laughed. "But I didn't care because it just was so nice to have that." The couple still have one dog, Lena, a Maltese/Shih Tzu they adopted over 4 years ago. For nearly 3 decades, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos have lived much of their love story in the public eye. From their whirlwind romance that began on the set of All My Children to raising 3 children while co-hosting and starring in countless projects, their bond has always been one admired by fans. But one love story within their family was perhaps quieter, softer, and yet equally powerful: their life with Chewy, their little Shih Tzu, who brought immeasurable joy to their home. Chewy was not just a pet. She was the constant in the Ripa Consuelos household, a furry witness to milestones, laughter, arguments, reconciliations, teenage growing pains, and every quiet Sunday morning the family shared together. Adopted during the height of Kelly's career, Chewy grew up with the couple's 3 children, Michael, Lola, and Joaquin, becoming a sibling figure to them more than just the family dog. As Kelly once said in a past interview, "Chewy was with us through everything. Our kids grew up with her. She was part of every chapter of our lives." It was only fitting then that Chewy's final chapter would unfold in the most public yet intimate way possible, live on television, with millions of viewers watching as Kelly Ripa's heart broke in real time. On Wednesday, February 5th, the morning began differently in the Ripa Consuelos household. The usual routine, Kelly preparing for Live with Kelly and Mark, Mark brewing coffee, and their remaining pup Lena following them around, felt hollow. The night before, the family had faced one of the hardest decisions of their lives, to let Chewie go. At 17 years old, Chewie had grown frail. She had stopped eating, her little body unable to keep up with her once lively spirit. She was dehydrated, struggling neurologically, and every step she took seemed like a mountain. The vet had come to their New York home, and in one heartbreaking moment, Kelly, Mark, and their children whispered their goodbyes as Chewie peacefully slipped away. No amount of preparation could have softened the blow. Even though they knew it was the humane choice, grief struck them like a storm. That morning, Kelly questioned if she should even go to work. But she and Mark decided together that the show must go on, partly because Chewie herself had been part of the live journey. As Mark said, if it wasn't for this show, we wouldn't know Chewie. She grew up with our kids and with the viewers, in a way. The studio audience, usually greeted with Kelly's bright energy, sensed something was off the moment the cameras rolled. Kelly, 54, appeared visibly shaken, her voice catching as she welcomed viewers. Beside her, Mark gently placed a hand on her back, silently reminding her that he was there. The couple tried to dive into the usual cheerful banter, but the weight of grief was written all over Kelly's face. Finally, Mark spoke first. His voice was steady but heavy. "We had to say goodbye to Chewie yesterday," he told the audience, explaining that their beloved dog had passed at home. "It was rough, one of the toughest things we've had to do as a married couple." Kelly, already teary-eyed, tried to keep her composure. She apologized to viewers, admitting she thought she had already cried it all out. But the moment she began speaking about Chewie's role in their lives, the tears flowed again. "She was our steadfast companion," Kelly said through tears. "She was with us when each of our kids left for college, she was there when we came home to an empty nest. We haven't faced a tremendous loss like this before, and it hurts so much." The audience sat in silence, many visibly moved. Some clutched their hearts, while others dabbed at their own eyes, recognizing the universal grief of losing a beloved pet. As the show unfolded, Kelly and Mark shared cherished memories of Chewie. They laughed through tears as they recalled her quirks. Chewie's insistence on never letting anyone kiss her face. Her diva-like attitude when strangers came too close.